Salutations, my friend. So I'm here speaking to you, nobody else. I had to come to you and congratulate you on a few things. So I noticed that you've been making some decent moves. Like you told me that when you got the money, that you was gonna move accordingly. I noticed that nobody else knew about the money because I didn't hear people speaking about it. Matter of fact, I didn't even know about the money for a good little while. I saw how you were just making solid moves. You never told me if it was to scratch off. You never said if it was came from some type of family inheritance. You never said if it was a mega million or a cash flow. You never said if you robbed a bank. You never said if some guy just decided to bless you with the wealth. But I noticed that you changed a little bit. I noticed that your spending habits became just a little bit more generous. You know what I'm saying? You start buying things without hesitation. You start making purchases without regret. You start making sure that when you did things, you put yourself into rotation too. You didn't leave out the things that you wanted and needed for yourself. Now, once again, I didn't tell nobody. I just paid attention to how you were moving and what you were doing. And I'm guessing that's how the money came in, because you stopped trying to hold on to it and you just let it loose. So the money had to eventually come back to you. Or like I say, you could have just got blessed. You could have just came in like a flood. It could have just been your season for God to open up the heavens and give you a piece of the sidewalk. Or it could have been a piece of your own driveway, because you do have a mansion in heaven. So maybe he just said, hey, I'm gonna give her a little portion of her mansion right here on earth. Matter of fact, we doing construction on the streets in heaven. So with all the old gold that was once paid, we're gonna send it to her. So that way, she can do some more things for the kingdom of heaven. But I noticed that you were moving accordingly. And I said, okay. I still haven't told anybody though. I still haven't brought it to anybody's attention. I'm just seeing how you moving. And you're moving like you know exactly what to do with it. You're not moving like you desperate. You're not moving like you're insecure. You're not moving like you owe anybody anything. You're not moving like you have to prove anything to anybody. You're just moving accordingly. Most people don't move accordingly when they get the wealth. They start just, splurging. They start showing off. You kept to your same normal routines, the same stores, the same environment. I didn't even see you go out and buy new clothes. You just calculated strategically. You got the money. You put it into the correct institutions. You held it there for a while. You made sure you opened up the correct accounts. You made sure you closed some accounts. I saw how you did that. I don't know if anybody else paid attention to your routine, but you started moving a little secretive, a little different. You stopped popping up as much. But then yet and still, I saw that you was constantly out though. You wasn't popping up to the places that people was used to seeing you. You started popping up at places where they didn't expect to see you. But when they saw you, they was like, oh, I know you. I'm familiar with seeing your face. Because those people knew that something had changed, something had happened. Something different was, there was something different about you now. It didn't look like arrogance. It didn't look like pride. It didn't look like clout. It just looked like, hey, matter of fact, it looked like someone that was no longer sleeping on themselves, but everybody else around you was still sleeping. I just want to let you know that I did notice that. I paid it a great deal of attention. Even the most immediate people in your life didn't pay attention to how you were moving. They thought that you was still at a steady pace. It was still the same old, same old. I mean, I don't stalk you or nothing like that. I just pay attention. And I was trying to figure out, like, when did it happen? Because for the most part, you stick to a routine. I saw that you had a job, you had kids, you went to the same stores, you didn't even go to restaurants like that. So I couldn't understand, like, when did it happen? But despite when it happened, I'm glad that it happened for you. I'm glad that that wealth hit your hand, that it hit your bank account, that it hit your anointing, that it hit your atmosphere, that it hit your home, that it hit your present, that it hit your future, that it hit your now children and your future generations. I'm glad that it not only did it hit you, but it invited you in, it accepted you, it showed its appreciation to you. So I'm glad that those things happened for you. You deserve it. A lot of people may think different, but it was your time to receive it. Because a lot of times, money and wealth don't want to go to the most arrogant. They want to go to the ones that's going to be most useful to its purpose. Because every dollar, every cent, every dime, every bar of gold has a purpose. And because you are a purposeful person with a purposeful anointing, with a purposeful future, with a purposeful present, they knew exactly who to come to when it came to you. They said, this person is going to allow us to complete purpose. And you did. Congratulations.